Welcome to my mini series. Introducing.
Germany sing.
Hi, Jermaine. What are we doing today?
Um, Replace the Drenos on the turbo.
For what purpose? What does that do?
Um, when the oil enters the turbo,
Hmm?
it drains back down. So the hose that is currently on there, it has a bend. I need to fix it.
Yeah. So, Jermaine, how do you know so much about cars? Are you a mechanic?
No, not a mechanic, but I had an old car before.
Hmm.
The first set that is over there.
Oh, he is busted.
Yeah. Okay, I thought me and a mechanic.
And I see there's a trend. That's an old Subaru. This is a Subaru. So, is it safe to say that you like Subarus?
Yeah, man.
I'm backyard mechanic. So, Jermaine, what do you do for a living?
Um, FIFA assistant referee. But my 9 to 5 is a cooking gas retailer.
Hmm.
So flexible time allows me to do refereeing
And to work on your car.
and work on the car.
So, Jermaine, tell me, tell the viewers something about yourself.
Um, 34 years old
Hmm.
at this current moment in 2024. Uh, I like Subarus. Love football refereeing. It brought me to 17 different countries. Um, love football. Love playing football.
So, Jermaine, what does your normal day to day consist of?
Um, I deliver to a lot of restaurants, so on a daily basis, I'll be making deliveries up to about 12 o'clock. And I basically have the rest of the day to do whatever I feel like. That includes training or probably have a match. So
Oh,
my day is quite flexible.
so you said match. So, like, what type of matches?
JPL, Jamaica Premier League,
Hmm.
um, schoolboy or schoolgirl football, wherever they send me.
So, Jermaine, can you recall how you actually got into refereeing?
Yeah, man. I started referring in July 2009. Um, it was quite eventful. I was actually inspired to start because of it's a football game that I did with my friends, and from there I decided that I wanted to be a official match official, and I did it. I did the exam, passed it. Did my first major league in that same year, about October or November, with Raymond Bogle as a referee. It was a good memory. At that time, I didn't have so much belly.
Must be a core memory because you remember it very clearly.
A poor memory.
Yeah.
It was my first game, so I remembered it. First major league game.
So, Jermaine, you mentioned before that you're an entrepreneur and you sell cooking gas, retail cooking gas. Do you remember how you got into that?
Yes. Um, After losing the opportunity to get gainful employment, I had my last $20,000, and I decided to invest in the once my father business. It was his business at first, but he didn't manage the money well or the business well. So I decided to invest in the cooking gas business with the spare time that I had. I made the most of it. It wasn't a bad investment of time, so to speak, and it turned out well. Bought my first car with of course, with some savings. I bought my first car, which would have been a Subaru, and of course that Subaru turned me in a mechanic.
Jeremy, you sure you know what you're doing? That doesn't look like that's supposed to be happening.
Water hot man, so you know pressure will fly to push the water up, but I'll be fine.
I hope so. So, Jermaine, you can recall becoming a FIFA official.
Yeah,
Can you remember your first actual game?
yes I can. My first international game was in Cuba. I went to Panama, and then from Panama to Cuba. Cuba is like going back in time. The place is almost Asian. It was a good experience. Coming back to Jamaica now was very eventful. It
How
was
so?
how so?
Hmm.
As I arrived in Cuba in Panama, I should say, in around the midday, about lunchtime at the hotel. I was hungry, so I decided to go to the restaurant. I thought that the lunch was included in the reservation, but I found out that it wasn't, so I had to pay for it. Anywho, dinner time came around, and I decided to get dinner. I went on the road, walked in a dark alley, and that's when the events started. Dog run me down, put my foot in my hand, and I take off. I found a McDonald's and I bought a burger combo, of course. Of course, Panama is a Spanish speaking country. I didn't know what I'm ordering, but I wanted something. I wanted number two. So I got a number two. So while I'm taking off the V band from the downpipe, let me finish the next half of the story. So, order the burger combo, going back to the hotel in Panama, and I had to walk back in that same alley where the dogs were. First, the set of dogs that ran me down didn't run me down this time. It was another set that I didn't see. Boy, may I tell you, me run your foot. I take off. Put my foot in the hand and take off. Run breathless with the burger in my bag. Boy, may I tell you, hungry would have killed me over there. Couldn't wait to come back to Jamaica. But that's that's the story of how I nearly got beaten in Panama. My dog never bite me in Jamaica. Can you imagine that?
Okay, Jermaine. So tell me how the actual game was.
Um, it was a Nations League. It was Cuba versus Turks and Caicos. I can't quite recall the score line, but it was close to a double digit.
Double digit for who? Cuba?
Double digit for Cuba. Yeah.
And what was like one thing you took away from that first game that propelled you, that you take into other games, or basically propelled you forward?
One thing that I took away from the entire trip is be prepared for anything. Bring two shoes, bring a lot of money, and bring an open mind.
So how far have you reached in your process right now?
In my process, I still haven't taken off the turbo yet. I've removed the bolts, but there are still a few stuff that I must loosen to get the turbo off. And but I'm very close. Like about 1, 2.
This seems to be a very tedious process, but you still haven't really explained to me how you know how to do all of this stuff.
Um, Trial and error, YouTube, watching, observing the mechanic doing it.
So no actual formal training. You just
No,
Just try the thing.
it's my willingness to do it, and my pocket telling me that I can't afford to pay anybody to do it.
So how do you actually know you're doing the right thing?
When I haven't broken anything as yet, that's all I know.
That's what.
But I did this before. Ah, here you go. Turbo is up. Shit, me lose something.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. Hmm?
What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
I'm trying to remove the drain hose. The whole purpose of removing the turbo was to get this out.
All of that for just a simple, small little
Yeah.
hose.
But it was quite important because there's a tear in the drain hose. This tear would lead to a bigger tear in the future. Of course, it's already ruptured. And oh shit. And yeah, I would be leaking oil. No oil in the engine would mean that I would have an engine for quite some time.
Mm.
So, you know, preventative maintenance.
So now my question is, how did you even know something was wrong with the hose?
Um, it is good for every car owner to observe their vehicle. So, of course, every now and then I may take a look in the engine bay, and I
Big truck.
look for the important stuff. I check if there's any leak from any possible areas that that oil may leak from. I check the radiator if there's water inside the radiator. I check the dipstick to see if the oil level is good. So you know,
So your advice for car owners will be get to know your vehicle.
yes, my advice would be to get to know your vehicle, understand how it works, and take a look every now and then. Man.
So Jermaine, we're gonna get a little more personal now. So besides, working on your car and dealing with your business, what do you? I'm playing football. What do you like to do for fun?
Nothing.
Abs- So that's it. Your life just consists of football and your car.
Yeah, I'm a little baby Liam. While sharing this recording, I'll be rambling on random stuff. So, turbo gasket, up pipe gasket, must be installed before the turbo is bolted on. So, yes, I've been on the international list, the FIFA international list, as a assistant referee from 2018. So it's 2024 now. So that's me going 7 years. It's been quite an experience. Yeah, that's a fun fact.
Any more fun facts about you?
Fun facts about me? No, not that I can think of. I like working on cars.
Yeah, we that's quite apparent.
Yes, my sister Jody. I'm my cousin Alexia.
Hi.
My sister is a nurse. And my cousin is a janitor.
I'm a dental hygienist, just to make that clear. Come get your teeth clean. Thank you. Spend your money. Come listen to me. Where you cut down?
Yeah, and of course, you know, even though they look like them have money, them broke. Them a drive
And that
under.
is why.
Them a drive under.
And this is
Get my
why.
number.
Thank you. We can't take him anywhere. Do not subscribe. Please.
Subscripts.
Don't like.
Don't subscribe.
Don't like.
Subscripts. Watch them. Rock pocket.
So, Jermaine, any life advice for anyone that's looking to start their own business or possibly become an entrepreneur?
Yeah. Pick something that they like. Something that will keep their curiosity in check. And sure, you should succeed, or you will be successful as long as it piques your interest and you're willing to put in the time and effort. Machine. Them boy will say machine. Machine dirty.
What are you listening for?
Exhaust leak.
So, Jermaine, it seems that you're finished. Any life advice?
Never give up.